Hyundai just revealed an EV that might be better than anything else in its class, and America isn't getting it. This week in Milan, Hyundai pulled the cover off the Ioniq 3, its smallest, most affordable electric car ever. The thing has 308 miles of range, a drag coefficient that beats a Tesla Model 3, and a starting price that could come in well under 40 grand. It checks almost every box buyers have been asking for. And yet, if you live in the US, you might never see one on the road. Here's what just dropped, and why this car might actually matter more to American buyers than Hyundai wants to admit. Let's start with the big picture, because the timing of this reveal is not a coincidence. Hyundai has had a brutal couple of years in America. Tariffs, the end of EV tax credits, margin pressure from every direction. The company absorbed close to $5 billion in tariff-related losses in 2025 alone. Nearly a record profit year wiped out. So what does Hyundai do? It pivots hard toward Europe, where EV sales are still growing, regulations are tightening, and customers actually want small, efficient cars. The Ioniq 3 is that pivot. It's Hyundai's answer to a continent full of buyers who don't need a pickup truck. They need something clever, affordable, and genuinely long range. But here's the twist. The decisions Hyundai makes with this car will ripple directly into what Americans get access to over the next few years. Stay with me on that. So what is the Ioniq 3 exactly? It's Hyundai's first compact electric vehicle in the Ioniq lineup, a smaller, more affordable sibling to the Ioniq 5. Think of it as the entry point to the whole Ioniq family. Within Hyundai's zero-emission lineup, it sits above the Inster and below the Kona Electric, taking on the role of a junior Ioniq 5. The design? Hyundai is calling it an aero hatch. It introduces a new silhouette optimized for both aerodynamic efficiency and generous interior space. A low, sleek front end that transitions into a distinctive roofline running straight over both front and rear occupants, before accelerating downward to merge with the rear spoiler. That geometry helps it achieve a class-leading drag coefficient of 0.263. For reference, that's seriously slippery. Better aero means more range, and range is exactly where this car swings hard. Now, the front end carries Hyundai's signature pixel lighting, plus 4 illuminated dots that spell out the letter H in Morse code. It's a neat detail. The rear, though, is where opinions are gonna split. The stubby silhouette and a split rear window bisected by a thick horizontal bar holding a rear wing has already drawn some comparisons to the Pontiac Aztek. That's not a compliment. But honestly, it's still 1,000 times better looking than the Aztek ever was. Now the numbers, because this is where the Ioniq 3 gets dangerous for the competition. 2 battery options, a 42.2 kilowatt-hour standard pack, and a 61 kilowatt-hours long-range pack. WLTP driving ranges of 214 miles and 308 miles respectively. Remember, WLTP is the European test cycle. Real-world numbers in the US would likely be slightly lower. But even discounting that, 308 miles in a compact hatchback at this price point is genuinely class-leading. Nothing from Volkswagen, Renault, or Mini is touching that. The motor produces up to 144 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque. DC fast charging from 10 to 80% takes around 29 minutes. That's solid! Not Tesla supercharger fast, but fast enough for real-world road tripping. AC charging can reach up to 22 kilowatts. The platform is a 400-volt version of Hyundai's eGMP architecture, shared with the Kia EV3 and EV4. At launch, both variants are front-wheel drive. And here's a detail worth holding on to. The platform already supports dual-motor setups, delivering up to 288 horsepower, as seen in the range-topping Kia EV3. So a performance Ioniq 3N isn't just possible, it's practically inevitable. Inside, the tech story is clean. The centerpiece is a 14.6-inch freestanding touchscreen on higher trims, with a 12.9-inch display on lower trims. Both run Hyundai's new Plios infotainment system, based on Google's Android Automotive OS, making its debut in a production Hyundai. Think of it like a smartphone on your dashboard. Apps, navigation, over-the-air updates, the whole ecosystem. Physical switches sit above the climate vents, and the gear selector moves to the steering column stalk, which frees up the center console for 2 cup holders, storage, and a wireless charging pad. Here's where the drama comes in. Hyundai has no plans to sell the Ioniq 3 in the US, primarily due to import tariffs and a focus on larger vehicles in the American market. Autoblog, the car is set to launch in Europe later this year, with production in Turkey, and that's exactly what makes a US launch financially impossible right now. Tariffs would push the pricing beyond what makes sense for a car in this segment. Think about what that actually means. Hyundai has just built what might be the most compelling affordable EV in the world. Better range than its direct rivals, slicker tech than anything at this price point, and a design that's genuinely bold. And American buyers are locked out of it. Not because the car doesn't fit here, but because of trade policy. Hyundai and Kia together absorbed nearly $5 billion in tariff-related losses in 2025 alone, a figure that wiped out what would have been a record-breaking profit year. That's the world Hyundai's operating in right now, and the Ioniq 3 is its response. Not built for Georgia, not built for California, built for Berlin, for Amsterdam, for Milan. Meanwhile, Europe is sitting on a growing catalog of affordable EVs. The Renault 5, the VW ID Polo, the BYD Dolphin. The Ioniq 3 steps into a crowded field, going up against the Kia EV3, Mini Aceman, Renault 4 E-Tech, Ford Puma Jenny, Volvo EX30, and more. Car scoops? Hyundai needs this car to land. Hard. So where does that leave American buyers? Right now, the closest thing you can get is the Ioniq 5. Hyundai actually cut prices on the 2026 model, making it one of the few EVs that still comes in under $35,000 in the US. It's built in Georgia, it qualifies for the federal tax credit, and it's a genuinely great car that still comes in under $35,000 in the US. It's built in Georgia, it qualifies for the federal tax credit, and it's a genuinely great car. But it's bigger, heavier, and more expensive to run than what the Ioniq 3 would be. The audience for the Ioniq 3? People who want a practical, efficient, affordable daily driver without committing to a full-size SUV, that audience exists in America. City drivers, people with one-car garages, college-town commuters. They're just not being served right now. And here's the thing that should actually frustrate you. The Kia EV3, which shares the same platform as the Ioniq 3, is coming to the US for the 2027 model year. Same bones, same tech, different badge. Kia found a way to make it work. Hyundai, at least for now, hasn't.
To those who transform their car into a private temple,